teams have their small mistakes.
Hey man, we're seeing a lot more diamonds this time. Hopefully, hopefully they're on the right side. Yes, they are. I just checking. Don't want to get confused. But the one thing that's there, of course, expanding river, faster rotations, can go tanky in the jungle because of this very reason. Stamina on the blue side, Nighthorde on the red. Again, people say, I mean, I'm a firm believer that red side kind of gives you advantage. But so far, 2 games in, hey, blue side comes out with the victory tricks.
I swear to protect it till my last breath.
It kind of seems that, yeah, nobody wants to see the Freya.
I don't think they want to let Nighthorde get that, but just like Nighthorde now, not going to let Stamina get the Basha. So those are 2 picks that we will no longer see at all, I think, coming into this.
I think if you're Nighthorde, you want to take out the Harley early as possible. Stamina, you might want to try and see to play around by giving away that Suyo, or you're going to keep it out. The Fannies, again, a respected band. The carry is something that Stamina can pick up for themselves. Claude and carry, aren't they going to go for a gentleman's handshake? Trade that back and forth. Maybe ban out the Hilda here if you're Nighthorde?
Honestly, maybe if the way that Sun looked, I don't know if you want to let Stamina get it, really, because what, did they pick up the Claude and just get shredded like what they just did to Stamina? Like, the way I'm looking at it, it does seem like it's going to be a hard thing to deal with if that gets picked, because we already saw Stamina. They enjoyed the Freya. You know that they can. You know that Diamond can play a fighter in the gold lane, unless Nighthorde has something up their pocket, like you said, the CC or something of that nature.
Yeah, and you know, guys, I just realized, you know what was one hero that we haven't talked about? Glue. You know,
yeah,
a blue pick.
Big time. I agree.
So let's say the Stamina gets the Hilda, and so the red team, Nighthorde, gets Glue. That wouldn't be the best for the side of Stamina.
I agree with what Ashley's saying. I completely forgot about the Glue. Glue is such an S tier pick right now. He's so flex. You can play him in the roam. You can play him with EXP. The nature of every single game and every single team fight right now, all across the world, is so brawly. We've seen it already with 2 games coming through. The Glue is so good that you can play him in the roam position right now, just because of the brawly nature. So just add a little bit more. That camera sound just catches me off guard from that Marcel every single time I hear it. Every time I hear it, it catches me off guard. It's like where is that coming from? But yeah, Glue is something that I'm probably looking to see in this game, and who's gonna pick it up, because that is so annoying, so hard to beat.
Well, it does well against any kind of like big fighters. Back in the day, it did well against the Hilda and the Hilo, so it was a great answer to that combo when that was popular. So now with the Hilda banned out, though, do they still go for it? I don't know if you pick it up early. You definitely don't make it like a first pick. You make it like maybe second phase, or if they reveal like a big, like maybe they pick up, enemy team picks up a Fredrin, something bulky in the XP lane, some sort of roamer, then yeah, you pick up this Glue in response to kind of deal with it. Sora is open right now.
Valentina is as well, so I don't know. Are they gonna gamble, go for the Sora, and see if Nighthorde are gonna go Valentina, or they go Valentina, predict that Nighthorde are gonna go the Sora? What would you have done, Ashley?
You know what? I think I would pick up the Sora if it was in my hands, but all I know for sure is both teams have to give it their all right now, show all of their cards, since it's the last game. Yeah.
Sora, Valentina.
Sora, quick pick. Valentina in response. What's the other pick for the side of Nighthorde here? Do they go for something? YSS?
Oh!
We saw the YSS ban second phase last time. Flex him?
Maybe. I mean, at this point, you're already, you know, it's a 3rd game. You kind of want to take it slow. It's more consistent damage throughout the game. Jungle, gold lane, whoever comes in front of you in the gold lane, you kind of end up winning it. It's kind of a lane bully, I would say, against marksman. But if the Sora is going to be flexed into the gold lane, then you're going to have difficulties, of course. So it just comes down to what they're thinking. Maybe even Sora if they wanted to.
I'm still a fan of the gold lane Sora personally, but they go for the Uranus. Now the real question is this a flex? Has anyone used this as a have we seen any NA peeps as a jungle Uranus just yet? It has become a popular answer to the Fredrin. It's become a popular answer to a lot of things. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It would probably be a rarity here in NA, but there's always a possibility.
Never know.
That is true. But for the side of Stamina, I'm expecting maybe a carry pick or a Lunox to burst down that Uranus.
I agree. I think just locking a carry here. First phase, you don't want to band out because you know Night Horde are going to take it out in the second phase.
Your team is
Hey, I heard Patrick.
Ooh!
I heard
Yeah,
Patrick. Let's
there's
go.
the glue. glue Kimmy. Glue Kimmy.
Wow, okay, yeah, that makes sense because we have a Valentina on mid lane, so there's no Vexana or Framus countering it. No exploding of the gloops.
No exploding of the gloops.
So yeah, that was a good pick
Patricks.
right there. Yep.
All right, last pick for first phase from the side of the Night Horde. Do they lock in a jungler here? Something big where they can start and then start banning out junglers in second phase? Something that Stamina doesn't already have.
I mean, if I was Night Horde, just lock the roam here, right? Kinda. Oh wait,
We got the
They locking
Moscow.
I'm not sure how I kind of feel about that. I think a little too early on the Moscow still.
I've been waiting
Your
for too
team is
long.
banning.
There goes the carry.
The Moskov can do okay. If this ends up being, nothing's going to be amazing. No actual marksman's going to be amazing against the Sora. But the Moskov can sometimes handle its own, at least against a fighter gold laner, because of the pushback from the spear to kind of like create distance. There's a little bit of possibility compared to something like a carry that's just going to get jumped on in the early game and have no way to escape.
I mean, the only reason I don't really care for so much about the Moskov is just because the range is so limited, right? It's great come mid to late game. You got the option to kind of split push and be a menace, of course, but then you need to get to that point. They do have the Valentina. They need something early in the roam to add that extra oomph to get them across that line. Because they even got Uranus, who's not really an early game EXP laner. Or mind you, even in the jungle, he needs a little items to kind of get to that point. He's a scaling kind of tanky frontliner. So Khalid taken off the table. I'm assuming there's got to be another early roam that they need to take away to kind of shut down this Valentina early on. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic because the glue is going to be in the roam position on top of you the entire time.
Alright, wait guys, I have a theory. So
Theory time.
So if the Uranus is on jungle, right, and glue naturally works worse against supports. So if the Night Horde picks up a support, logically, who is going to kill that Uranus?
If Night Horde picks up a support, like support roam,
Yes.
like some sort of healer roam,
Yep.
Stamina needs to have some sort of damage here. They do, and they don't get last pick. So Night Horde does, if that is kind of the strategy, Night Horde has a decent advantage because they can always plug in that support room last pick or kind of swap things around. The possibilities are there for Night Horde in terms of flexibility. Stamina, they already have the marksman as the mid laner, you know, Kimmy, the marksman, whatever you want to call her. So do they swap Sora somewhere else and pick up a gold laner that can actually output Shred?
Yeah, I don't really see a gold laner that could take down this Uranus.
I can only take a look at two at the moment. Either the Granger or the Leslie. That could be a problem. But then with this Guinevere being picked up, you're kind of eliminating both those options. Yeah, I think Stamina here are kind of backed into a corner. They need to find a way to shut down this Uranus. That could be either jungle, EXP, because the Guinevere technically is a flex to jungle, roam.
Yeah, jungle, roam.
So there's a lot going on.
I'm like, where are we putting this? They're in their heads right now, guys. They're in their heads, man.
Yeah, I think
Night Horde or cooking. Night Horde or
mind
cooking.
game.
no, I think it's gonna be a Guinevere jungle and a Uranus EXP, maybe a Kalea roam.
Kalea is still open, and Kalea
works.
Or Grok.
They call me a
Will
Oh.
it grant
because I saved my
immortality?
nation from falling
What's
apart.
that?
YSS.
I don't know the voices
YSS.
that well.
YSS.
Okay.
Alice.
Okay. Double marksman?
Double marksman, tanky front line. I mean, this is a classic. You know, it's a couple fighters, couple marksmen, do some damage. It's nothing too crazy. Night Horde to wrap this up, put the bow on top of it. Who's going in jungle? Drum roll, please.
Pick up the Kalea, man. I know you want to.
The Kalea?
I see it. I see it. The Kalea is so good here.
Kalea
is so good.
Kalea
It's either gonna be Kalea or Grok, I think.
No, that's a
doesn't
they don't know. That's a
Wait.
that's a
What's going on?
we all just flatlined. We all just flatlined. They might have overcooked. Hold on, Shiro. So it's going to be a jungle Guinevere. It is going to be an EXP lane, Uranus, and a roam.
See, that's why I see the Guinevere in the roam. I see the Uranus in the jungle. Xborg EXP. That makes more sense to me, Ashley.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's still not clicking to me.
Not clicking.
Hey
We're
man, they're
gonna figure out once I
overcooking.
jump in.
The oven's overheated. The oven's overheated. Cookies are burning at this point. Sugar's melting all over the place. I don't know. Call the fire department.
It looked so good at first. It looked so intriguing, you know? I was like, ooh, this looks nice. And then
The
see.
smoke alarm just started.
Final thoughts, Ashley, before we jump into the land of Dawn.
Honestly, this is MCT North where new metas are made, and hopefully we'll see what happens next.
All right, let's jump in for game number 3. It's a rubber band match going back and forth. One more to secure the win and move on to the 1-0 group of Swiss stage. Is it going to be Night Horde or will it be Stamina Esports?
Hey man, it's Guinevere in the jungle. Shiro got that going, popping the emote, knowing that we are taking a look at him as well as Dez on this Eastern Shin. And let me tell you something, Trex. I am a fan of Eastern Shin, no matter who's playing it. My favorite hero in the game, bro. My favorite hero in the game, not gonna lie.
Eastern Shin, YSS?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a
Love
vibe.
that hero.
He's definitely a vibe. He's a cool hero. I'm kind of a Guinevere. I'm kind of a Guinevere fan, so we'll see exactly what happens. Shiro does take the jungle Gwynny. It is going to be, this is the hot pick, the hot take of the night. Is it going to be overcooked or well done? It's Xborg Rome.
Yeah, he's already got the heat on him. He's got the heat with him. So I don't know how they're going to try and make it out alive. Of course, these neutral objectives are going to be so good with that last insanity. So kind of a zoning tool, if I may say so. And another factor that you can add for them is that Uranus in the EXP lane will not allow Dez to play this Eastern Shin, right? So it will be a little difficult for them to kind of take it, for them to kind of contest any sort of neutral objectives. So you want to wait for RR to kind of pop off. If RR pops off for Night Horde, yeah, it's gonna be disastrous for Stamina. That's the only kind of condition you need to stop, at least at start. Because if this Uranus pops off, it's gonna be so difficult for the Eastern Shin to play the game.
And it is actually, it might be a decent answer to the glue a little bit.
No.
Glue not gonna be able to do too much up on the top side though. Nice damage on an RRO. Turtle is low. Big knock up. The Violent Requiem able to confirm the kill. Dez goes down. Shiro finds the turtle. 2 members down for the side of Stamina Esports, and Night Horde with a different composition pull off the first fight of the game.
Hey man, I'm a fan of the Eastern Shin, but I'm definitely a fan of the composition that Night Horde are bringing to the table. This Xborg, the X factor in this game, this Xborg has been played in the roam position before. MPL Philippines, what, season 10, season 9? Somebody correct me in the chat. Probably, but it has been played. It's worked wonders before as well. It has been super annoying to deal with this Xborg when the spell vamp was kind of broken. When you could build what, the Bloodlust Axe alongside the Ice Queen wand. Remember those days where the Bloodlust Axe was a complete item? You get the what, Queen's wings on your side along with the Brute Force breastplate. That just got revamped. So if you could not play Xborg in the jungle, you kind of would put him in the roam position and prevent these tanky jungle items when it was what, the Ube meta, which it was so annoying to deal with. This Xborg was kind of an answer with the true damage. So it's the same answer they're giving to the glue, preventing the glue from being kind of annoying. So we can see that working out. But then again, Night Horde already ahead of the 8 ball by getting those 2 kills in the turtle fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge advantage. I mean, it's not just 2 kills, it's a 2K gold lead as well. A lot of times the first turtle, it's not the end of the world, but this could be bad. Nice grab, slam back, but the last insanity does come in. Dez able to find Shiro though, and that's a huge pick off for the side of Stamina Esports to help even the playing field.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed a couple of kills here and there to find their way back into this game, because it's slipping away if you ask me. It's early to call it. I know it's very early to call it, but if you let this X-Borg become any more annoying, it's gonna start slipping away, and that's what they're doing. Instinct already contesting the river, letting his lane alone. He doesn't need to be there because RR is not there, so not gonna get a push in. You want to be annoying as much as possible. Give space to Dez to farm up. That's what Easton needs to do. Some of the people call him a forever farmer. Needs to get that farm up so he can be annoying. He can dish out the damage, which they really desperately need at this point.
All right, so Turtle's still up. We have, I mean, at this point, Stamina, even with the slight gold deficit, it seemed like it might have just been a one-off thing. Let's see if Nighthorde can turn it into 2, though. The grab once again onto the X-Borg, does pull him away. On the bot side, RO8 takes a lot of damage. Shiro able to get the turtle. Nighthorde might just want to disengage this one. Shifting Clouds does come out, but the commit does not come in from Stamina Esports.
Yeah, already that Farag armor gonna come back soon, and now you know Nighthorde can get back out of the fight. So Stamina Esports needs to be careful when they're aggressive and when they want to back off, because if they get in a little too deep, it'll be problematic for them. At this point, yes, they are looking to get more space around the map, but look at Merlin, man. He's just annoying. He's just super annoying. And he got the Radiant armor too.
Yeah, and it's with that, Yomel's going to be able to do even less damage to him. It's a great first item pickup. Not only that, but against Instinct. And this is not, I mean, this is not a hero you normally see as a roam, but it is going to be tanky enough that it can just hang out in the front line and harass, do this chip damage, zone away. And I'm wondering, Bless, the last 2 times that he's gotten the grab, it's been onto Merlin. Is that really the target that Bless should be going after?
I mean, you're right. That shouldn't be the target that he's going after. Definitely looking to get Colleen or Shiro, right? Especially after that spatial migration. And with the X-Borg now, or rather with Kistler kind of left free from his lane, you know Merlin's going to be the bodyguard. And now same with RR. If RR is able to create the space early on, Merlin's just going to be what? Basically a fighter, and then you're looking at Shiro to dive into the back line, give the space. I mean, as I'm speaking, I can kind of virtually imagine the amount of space that Kistler kind of has to dish out the damage. Nobody can really close in on this Moskov. The problem with the Moskov is that he doesn't have space in these team fights. Not a lot of range till he gets that Malefic gun. But talking about how these skills can be layered, yeah, it's looking like Stamina Esports need to get the ball rolling, especially if you're Dez.
Yeah, it's game time, and it's not looking too great, honestly, but luckily, Nighthorde, we saw this in game number 1. Stamina Esports had a lead, and it took them a while to close out. Wait a second, Spirit Destruction does come in. He is going to connect. Kistler able to get pushed back. Bless goes down to Colleen as Nighthorde collapses down on top of Stamina Esports. But Shifting Clouds does come out. Can they make a play happen here? A lot of damage back onto Nighthorde, but Merlin still gets away. Diamond unable to get a kill and ends up falling. Colleen picking up another one. Colleen is on fire right now, turning that 1.2k gold lead into over 4,000.
Yeah, the over 4,000 are their power levels at this point. Colleen, this is the problem. This is what we were talking about early on in the draft with Ashley as well. The Sora and the Valentina, such a great trade. With both being left open, Nighthorde asking the question, do you want to pick up the Sora? We will get the Valentina, but if you go for the Valentina, we can think otherwise. They've got deeper pockets at this point, and you can see how that's becoming a problem now for Stamina Esports, who started off the series really well. Now they get caught up. Traction Pulse, get 2 members, and with the grab as well, another Instinct, Throne of Ruin, and just as I spoke, Trex, 2 down, Nighthorde overextended.
Not only that, but it's a double kill and a Sky Piercer into the hands of Yomel with those 2 kills. And Yomel hasn't gone down yet. It's the unsung hero right now. It's a person that's been sitting in the shadows waiting for a time to shine. And Yomel might end up being the one to carry this game if they can continue that sort of path.
Well, that's what they need. They need to create space. They need Yomel with a beautiful traction pulse. I wish we could take a replay at that, because that was really nice. You can see already, you spoke about the Sky Piercer coming in. They got the glowing wand, so gonna be a problem for this Uranus. And the same with the X-Borg. Needs to find a way to penetrate through, get a couple more kills on that Sky Piercer stack. And I like how Dez went for the Endless Battle rather than the War Axe. You would traditionally go for a War Axe after the Hunter Strike, but prioritizing to go for the Endless Battle to dish out some true damage finds a little bit of extra sustain in these team fights, or even finding a way to try and get HP back up faster when you're in the jungle moving around. Here, shifting skies come through as well.
Yeah, shifting clouds up against Kistler. Kistler goes down again. Nice violent, no violent Requiem to follow up, but now you're gonna get caught off. Shiro gets the knockup, able to just get away very cleanly in the midst of 5 members of Stamina. And now Nighthorde move on to the mid lane tower as well. A nice distraction on the bot side and making up ground elsewhere on the map.
Well, they find something. They give something and they find something else. But in this case, only Kistler. Shiro bought just enough time for the rest of Nighthorde to lock down that mid lane tier 1. I saw Chastis Pauldron going to the side of Nighthorde as well. It's going to be difficult for the rest of Stamina Esports now. But the damage is definitely there. They need Yomel to start scaling. They need Yomel to get his items. And Dez has been a farming machine so far. Level 12. But still behind Shiro, who's 14. And if you're Eastern Shin, you do not want to be behind the opposition jungle. Nighthorde already getting the Lord started. They're looking at Tango, and I don't know if Stamina can hang.
Yeah, you know, earlier we saw from Kistler about 1,000k gold lead, even after the first death over Diamond. At this point, though, taking those 2 deaths, that's going to start to set back a little bit. Kistler was playing great, but now having some trouble. Last Insanity does lock on. Bless goes down. Merlin picks up the kill, and a Lord in the hands of Nighthorde as well. The ruins do come out, but it's not enough. Colleen finds Instinct with the shifting clouds of his own. Nighthorde now on the rampage.
Yep. Colleen said, you're talking about Yomel a little too much, my guy. You forget that I'm here on this Valentina. Oh, wait, Winter Crown coming in. I don't think that's a wise idea, bro. Oh.
So clean. The Winter Crown into the Violent Requiem, into the fadeaway. They're on fire right now. They just needed a game. They just needed a game.
Yeah, man. I think game 1 was what jitters, just nervousness. Probably ice cold hands, but now with game number 2 and game number 3, ice in their veins with the way Shiro's been playing. No panic whatsoever. That Winter Crown play, even on the bot side, now the Lord is marching in. I think Nighthorde might be looking to end it too.
Yeah, they're looking definitely to try to close things out, but they don't want to get too aggressive. Merlin able to hold down the front side. Kistler jumps in. Oh, no. Able to dash back, get the kill on it. Bless still with the okie doke. Bouncing off the ropes right now. Minions crashing down on the top side of the Nighthorde are not letting up.
Yeah, they're not letting up indeed. Kistler even got the Malefic gun just a while earlier. Yomel finding the Blood Wings. They isolate Kistler and take him down. So they trade Kistler for what? 2 inhibitors in that process.
And a glue. And a Patrick Starfish, you know, able to get a little bit of everything out of that. Nighthorde, 6k gold lead. Taking a look at the items, Kronos.
Yeah, they got the Wishing Lantern on the side of Nighthorde as well, so Colleen is definitely dishing out a lot of damage. But then, if you are Stamina Esports, you're looking to get that BOD. You want to get maybe a War Axe, but that's something that Stamina Esports does need to find a way to get back up. Still lacking the damage. And with Shiro on this Guinevere, just able to kite, able to bait so much out with that spatial migration. So Blessed really needs to find the target, but who's going to be his target? The moment he goes in, if he grabs Colleen, Colleen basically does the shifting skies. If you grab Merlin, he's going to use the last Insanity to get away. Shiro has the spatial migration to move out. You don't really want to take RR because you're not going to get anything but your skills wasted. Kistler is going to be the target, but you're not able to catch up to him. So how are they going to make this glue work at this point?
Ooh, another Violent Requiem. Locked up with everyone else. Yomel goes down. Last Insanity, quick click onto Bless. Able to get some nice chip damage. Bless will not fall. Still waiting on minions at about 10, 13 seconds for this Lord.
Bless fell down. He just vanished.
Yeah, what happened?
He just
with that?
vanished.
My guy just walked away and then went down?
I think SOD. SOD. He went back with
SOD?
the SOD, yeah. And then you can see Kistler's already down and out too. But they don't really need him for the Lord. You got now, this is where this lineup with this X-Borg in the wrong position looks so good. You zoned them out in the early game. Now you're basically a fighter that does true damage. And alongside Uranus, who's already peeling for the rest of the team, Shiro looking to pick the people off. Colleen is there to provide the set with the shifting skies. This composition is showing up. Now for Nighthorde and Stamina Esports, not able to contest that Lord whatsoever. Behind 5k in goal lead. 14 minutes in now, 10-6. With only one inhibitor left standing in the mid lane, they can definitely defend. They have the tools. It's just they need Nighthorde to overcommit or find some sort of imbalance when it comes to the numbers game and take advantage. A lot in the hands of Instinct right now to get a massive Throne of Ruin in the back line. At least catch Colleen or Kistler off guard.
Yeah, if Colleen pops off here, Spirit Destruction does come in. Kistler able to get some nice damage on to Bless. Trying to get him against the wall. He's able to sidestep with the Okey-doke once again, bouncing off the ropes, looking for a target, but he does drop. Yomel able to find the kill, but Nighthorde still advantage. Merlin finds Diamond, and the base is about to get locked on. These are the final moments. Can Stamina defend?
Yeah, I think they're definitely trying to defend. You can see already Instinct doing as much as possible now, but the base crystal is locked and only Bless left standing. And Stamina Esports bow out as 2-1 is going to be the score. Nighthorde getting the first match of MCT AMER North.
Ashley?
Well, there you have it. Year 1, coach is 0.
Ooh,
That was
good
very
point.
impressive to see.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Like, at first I was like, what is this draft? And then the more the game kept going and going, I was just like, wow, they're doing it. This is a one-sided game. Was that our fastest game so far?
Of
Our
the day so
shortest
far.
game?
Out
of the
how
past
fast was
3
game 2? Game 1 was
Maybe-
almost 28 minutes. Game 2, I want to say it was close. It was close. They were both similar to
Okay.
game 2.
Okay, well, we have our answer for now.
For now. Fair enough.
For now.
I mean, but the Rome Exborg was kind of clean, honestly. Why did it work so well?
I'm like, okay, I'm learning something new.
Saving this.
I mean, I kind of got the idea, right? We have a lot of fighters on Rome. We see like Glue and Khalid, who is usually picked up on EXP in the past, and now we see X-Borg on Rome. So I'm thinking, like, is this something new that we're picking up on, or is this just a Nighthorde thing?
I think it's a one-off thing. They got pocket picks. They don't want to show, like we mentioned, a lot of their strategies because it's only round 1 of the Swiss stage. They still got a lot more to go through, so you don't want to give too much away. So I think just keeping it under the wraps because we haven't seen the Grok, we haven't seen the Khalid, right? We haven't seen the Glue come out from them as well. I don't think, did we get to see a Claude from their side?
We saw Claude only from Stamina.
Exactly, we didn't get to see that too. So a lot still left open. I think Nighthorde are playing around with their food at the moment, and Stamina Esports, they had it with Game No Warrant coming in so strong. They kind of had it.
Yeah, it's almost like they went too hard in game 1, and then it was tough from there. Once the draft got a little abnormal, Nighthorde did seem to have the advantage. This Jawhead, a 3-0-9 on Merlin. Why did it work exactly? I would say it does. In terms of just overall what it's playing against, you get the true damage against the Alice with Instinct, right? You have the ability to kite with his skills against the Kimmy, so you're not an easy target exactly. You can always kind of hold your distance, and you pair that up with Colleen, who was also on fire that game, 4-0-6. Which, 1 is a decent answer to the Glue, 2 is a decent answer to the Sora. Overall, I just feel like Nighthorde, the composition worked well, and everything else, Shiro, the hero, on fire with those Violent Requiems, catching Dez at the first turtle, able to get those kills. Nighthorde just played a clean game, and even if the draft seems a little abnormal, they had an answer to everything that Stamina wanted to bring.
Yeah, Colleen on this Valentina was able to replicate the Sora pick quite in a great way, because we saw a lot of counter engages, we saw sets coming from Night Horde side, and 0 deaths too, and that's very surprising.
I mean, that 0 death is what kind of catches me off guard for the amount of times that you really got to be there in the face of the opposition to pull off those shifting skies. Is going to be a problem. Again, that Violet Requiem that we wanted to see a Kalea, right, to come out to provide a little more oomph to that Violet Requiem, but kind of getting the same answer with the shifting skies maybe, and not missing out on many spatial migrations. If you ask me, yes, Colleen and Kistler and Merlin played an absolute crazy game. But if it wasn't for Shiro to try and really, it felt like he was rage baiting them in the game, right? If you ask me, with those spatial migrations, look at this. How are you able to do this and walk away alive? This has got to be criminal, to be honest. That's got to be criminal at that point. You can't get away with that. That's completely rage baiting Stamina Esports, and I think knowing their players and how they've performed in the past before, they probably overheated and lost, short-circuited in their head.
Yeah, I think once you start getting beat by a Rome Exborg, you're like, wait, what are we doing here? What is going on right now? Merlin, I could get behind this one. A well-deserved MVP with a surprise pick that none of us expected. Picks up the Radiant Armor, has a little bit of damage with the War Axe as well, because we did see him still getting kills, still getting assists, and still outputting great damage.
Well, you know what? We were talking about Tamal before for Night Horde. But hey, man, seems like Merlin's the new meta.
Merlin meta.
The one player switch just changed it all for them.
I mean,
yeah.
and it worked out great.